Pleasant morning to one and all. I'm Dr. Sumitra from CSA Department and Associate Professor. I'm here to discuss you about the interface analysis in Agile Software Engineering. The interface analysis is a business analysis and calculation the technique that helps to identify the interfaces between the solution and the application to determine the requirement for ensuring that the components interact with one or more effectively. And this interface analysis is where the interface type ranges from the user interfaces or the human being interacting directly with the system, and the interfaces to and from the external application, and the interface to and from the external gadgets. The requirement that defines how the human being interact with the system and how the application link to another application and how the hardware links to the application needs to be defined for an effective functioning of the system. In the interfaces analysis helps in discovering the requirement needs to integrate the software into its new environment. And the basic services for the interface analysis is all about analysis and advise information interfaces between the hardware and the software to ensure an effective connection. Review the software requirement specification, software design, the description of a hard records, source code with the hardware and the operator, software interface design, documentation for a correctiveness, consistency, completeness, accuracy and readability. And where this interface design or interface analysis is mainly focused on the basic aspects of the boundary between the two components, and the most system requires a connection with other hardware or other applications, hardware and the peripheral devices to function properly. The interface analysis is a business analysis and in which it's an evaluation technique that helps to identify the interfaces between the solution and the application to determine the requirement for ensuring the component interact with one another directly. An interface is a connection between two or more elements or a solution, and the interface analysis is used to identify whether, what, why, when and how, for whom the information is traded between the solution elements. Most solutions needed one or more interfaces to trade the information with another solution element and the organizational unit or the business process. There are different types of interface including user interfaces. In this type of interface, an internal and the external end user have to evaluate directly with the solution. The internal user or the organizational staff, while the end user includes an auditor and the industry regulator. Non-user interfaces that includes a business process, data interface between the system, application programming interfaces and the hardware devices. This interface analysis is used to answer the following questions, which means who could use the interface, what information is being exchanged throughout the interface, the amount of information is being exchanged, when the information will be exchanged and how when it would be exchanged, where the information exchange would happen, why the interfaces is needed and how the interface should be implemented. And this interface should be identified early on the initiative to allow the business analyst to provide the circumstance for gathering more detailed stakeholder requirement and deciding on a suitable functional analysis of the solution to meet the stakeholders' needs. Each or earlier identification of the interfaces needs show how the stakeholders or which stakeholders will gain from the different elements of the solution. Helps a business analyst decide which stakeholders should be available for either or other evaluation technique. This interface analysis has some various components which includes a preparation for identification, that is a business analyst can support other techniques such as a document analysis, observation, scope modeling, interviewing, which then be used to understand which interfaces needs to be identified. And context diagram can be used to show the high-level interfaces between a human actor, organizational units, a business process or other solution components. The result of this analysis could be used to identify how often any existing interfaces are being used on any issues with them that may reinforce a need for other. The results may also help to spot any important units, a business process or other solution components. The result of this analysis could be used to identify how often any existing interfaces are being used on any issues with them that may reinforce a need for other. The results may also help to spot any important issue that needs to be fixed in order for interface solutions to be developed. Thank you.